Back in 2014, I used to trade on RSI and MACD. It got some time to know that this is all lagging indicators. When I understood that price action is the king, that's when you understand the market really well.
On today's episode of Strategies, we have Prasad, a trader from India who has been trading the markets for over 10 years and is known from turning $5,000 all the way into $700,000.
If you have any structure which is started from here and we have a top, if it is coming down, you need to look for a retracement. You have many levels when you draw Fibonacci. Just keep 0.70 level, one more level which is 0.786.
Prasad is a pure price action and Fibonacci trader who keeps his charts completely clean with no indicators, no complexity, just two Fibonacci levels that he says works with pinpoint accuracy on gold.
Once you have a candle closing bullish here, that's when you need to shift this stop loss below this.
Now it's time to dive deeper and break down his ultimate Fibonacci trading strategy he uses on gold. Let's get right into it. Welcome back to another episode of Strategies. Today, our featured guest is Prasad. He's a trader from India who's been in the markets for 10 plus years, and he's known for trading $5,000 all the way to $700,000. Prasad, welcome to the show. I'm glad to have you today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
And your strategy, I would say, is somewhat super simple.
Yeah.
And the goal of the video today is for the person watching to be able to apply this right after they watch this video. For those that don't know your strategy, what is it in a nutshell?
So I use price action and Fibonacci mostly whenever I trade. So Fibonacci works best in the market, and when you trade the high volatile and the highest volume assets like gold, right? The price actions are very clear. So you don't need any indicators to use when you're trading gold and stuff, because indicators are lagging indicators. When you put an equation in an indicator, right, after the candle close, it makes the calculation and then it gives you the answer, right? That is the reason I use only price action and Fibonacci while trading.
And you've been trading for a very long time in the markets. How did you come up with this strategy?
So it's been a long time I've been trading. Before, when I started back in 2014, I used to trade on RSI and MACD, just like everyone. And right after that, when I explored a few indicators, it got some time to know that this is all lagging indicator, just like I told you, because you put an equation, it will do the calculation, then it gives. But when I understood that price action is the king, that's when you understand the market really well.
I see.
You don't need volume indicators. You don't need anything whenever you're trading. Everything, what you see on the candles is a behavior of the market, right? That is the reason I only focus on candles these days.
And being a price action trader, I'm assuming you keep your charts pretty clean, right?
Yes, it's quite very clean.
Yeah, that's important. So the first part I want to get into is just kind of explaining on this whiteboard kind of how your strategy works in the nutshell. And then after the second part of this episode, we'll go to the charts to see how this strategy is in action.
Perfect.
So where would be the best place to start?
I think we'll start with Fibonacci.
Okay.
Very easy to understand. Then we'll go back to the candles. Why do I use candles and stuff, right? Before we go ahead, we'll start with Fibonacci. It's very easy to understand everyone. And the strategy is also very simple. Even someone who does not know trading can use this well. And the win rate is about 80% when you use this.
Hey guys, it's Hunter here. I just want to let you know that Wayond has released a new channel called Wayond Live, where we do live trading every single day, Monday through Friday for New York session. If you guys want to come trade with us, get a clear bias for the day, ask any questions, check the link in the description below. Now let's get back to the video.
Perfect. So everyone knows Fibonacci. Let me explain before we move ahead. As you know, Fibonacci is a sequence of numbers like 1, 3, 5, 8, and 13, right? When you divide the higher number to the lower number, that's when you get the Fibonacci's number. They say Fibonacci is an equation of the universe, right?
Yes, I heard that.
As you see, if you see any leaves, right, you don't see 4 leaves flower. You will see 3, 5, 13, and the continuation. If you have seen any Fibonacci series or videos, right? So that is the reason traders started to use Fibonacci into the trading part. Let's suppose what we do is, whenever you use Fibonacci, the main thing in trading is you need an aggressive buys and aggressive sells. Maybe a structure low and a structure high to draw. For an example, I'll give you an example. Let's suppose if I'm standing, okay, and if I want to know my Fibonacci levels, I will draw from my toe to my head, okay, and you will see the Fibonacci levels like 0.382 levels, 0.618, 0.70 levels. All these levels will automatically align with my main parts of my body. So Fibonacci, they say it's answer to everything. That is the reason even the traders use it in the markets, okay. So it's quite simple. That is an example why we also use Fibonacci. All we have to do is just look for an aggressive buys like this. If you have any structure which is started from here, and we have a top. And if it is coming down, you need to look for a retracement, right?
Yeah.
To buy again if it is going up, right? So that is the reason we call it Fibonacci retracement tool. All you have to do is, just like I told you, if I want to have a Fibonacci level of my body, I will start from my toe to my head. So this is where I'll start dragging it towards upside. And you have many levels when you draw a Fibonacci. Just unclick everything, okay? And just keep 0.70 level, okay? This will be the 0.70. And you will have one more level, which is 0.786, which is default level on a Fibonacci. Mind you, whenever you are looking for a Fibonacci trade, you need an aggressive sell-off. Higher the aggressive sells, like the momentum, it will work much better. The probability of it going towards upside will be higher if you have an aggressive sells. All you have to do is, whenever the market is retracing back down, wait for the market to come down to 70 level and 786 level. Take a buy here. That will be your first buy. This will be your second buy. Stop loss will be at the previous low at the beginning when you're taking this impulse entries. Once you have a candle closing bullish here, that's when you need to shift this stop loss below this. Now you have a smaller stop loss. Let's suppose if I'm risking 2% in one trade. Now I've put 0.50 here when it touches the 70 fib. I've put 0.50 here when it touches 786. Whatever time frame you're looking at. Let's suppose if this is a 1 hour time frame where you have drawn this Fibonacci, wait for 1 hour candle to close in your direction. Once you get that candle, what you can do is you can risk 1 more % again buy as soon as this candle closes, right? So now we have risked total 2% in this trade. All the stop loss will be below this. And you can aim for the higher highs, or you can just aim it for this high whenever you're trading. This works amazing when the market has this aggressive buys and aggressive sells. Okay? If the market is moving sideways coming down, right, your probability will be lower to 50-60%. If you have this aggressive buys and aggressive sell-off, then 0.70 and 786 will work like a pinpoint. You know, it just touches this and moves upside. So with time, as soon as you get used to it, what you can do is, you can just increase the risk, lower the risk, depending upon how the market is moving. And it works in all the assets. It's not just only in gold, it works in all the assets, right? This was the buys what we are looking for. You can do the same in a way of sells too.
It's amazing.
This is the simple strategy what I use when it comes to Fibonacci.
It's as simple as that.
As simple as that.
And this entry model that you have, are you doing this on the hourly time frame, or are you going lower than that?
So this works on all the time frames. Whenever you talk about time frame, right, it all depends on your behavior. It depends on the trader's behavior, right? It will also work on 1 minute. It will also work on 5 minutes. It can work on 30 minutes and can work on any time frame. I'll give you an example when we go on the charts, but it depends. Like if you're trading on 1 minute, you have to be that quick. If you just have to wait for 1 minute candle to close, shift it's going to be very fast taking decision. If you're new to the market, I would say go to 30 minutes or 1 hour. It will be very easy for you to understand how it works, right? But these things work in all the time frame, no matter where you're trading.
And what do you prefer?
I prefer 30 minutes and 1 hour, because it's very easy to understand, easy to scale in the market. Whenever you get a candle closing in your direction, you get a good confidence. Even the probability on 30 minutes and 1 hour will be much higher, because lower time frame does not have huge liquidities. So that is the problem when you trade on the lower time frame. But if you're trading on 30 minutes and 1 hour, it will never break the previous high.
If you're entering on the 30-minute, 1 hour, how are you using higher time frame bias to use your entries?
So let's suppose if the previous daily candle is bearish, previous 4-hour candle is bearish, and you're getting this sells, right? Okay. Then what will I do? I will hold the sells breaking this low.
I see.
If the previous higher time frame like daily, weekly is not in my direction, and if I'm taking a sells, then I'll make sure I'll take profit near this range as soon as it fills the range.
And do you tend to follow higher time frame? If it's bearish, you'll take only sells. If it's bullish, you'll take only buys, or do you ever have like a mixed bias?
Yes, that is true. Like if you have a higher time frame bias is much needed. But if the range is huge, let's suppose if this is 200 pips of range, then definitely I can aim 50-30 pips over here, right? Okay. It all depends. If the range is huge, definitely I go back to the smaller time frame, take the trade, and I'll be out quicker because my higher time frame is not in my direction.
So your non-negotiables are basically, if it doesn't hit these levels on the Fibonacci, you will not enter the trade.
I'll not enter it.
Is there anything else that won't allow you to enter the trade?
See, one is I need an aggressive sells and aggressive buys. This is very important to take sells on Fibonacci's. If market keeps on moving slowly, then your probability will be lower.
What sessions do you like to trade, and what pairs do you like to trade with this strategy?
With this strategy, gold is amazing because gold has the highest liquidity. Because of the liquidity, you will see this level not breaking. And the best sessions, this does not matter with the sessions because you're trading on 30 minutes and 1 hour. But if the entries is aligning with your London Open or New York Open, definitely increase your probability again, because the volume is going to come in the market.
And let's just say you're waiting for price to enter your Fibonacci levels, right? Are you waiting for the wick to tap it, or are you waiting for the candle body to tap it?
See, as I said, if I'm drawing a Fibonacci from my toe to head, right, it starts with wherever I'm standing, right? If I'm wearing a shoes, it will start with the shoes. If I'm not wearing a shoes, it will start with my toe. The same way, wherever you see the low of it, even if it has a wick, you'll have to start with a wick.
Okay.
From a wick low to wick high. Whatever the structure high you have or low you have.
So Prasad, your strategy is extremely simple. You explained it very, very well in this short amount of time. Now I would like to see this strategy in action on the actual charts.
Perfect.
Trading can be a lonely game, and that's why most traders fail. Wayond Plus fixes that. Live trading every day, Monday through Friday for London and New York sessions. We have a full structured education library from beginner to advanced and exclusive courses from the traders that you watch right here on Wayond. Plus, exclusive giveaways, rewards, and a community full of traders on the same journey as you. Everything you need, all in one place, all in one community. Visit the link in the description below to become the next Wayond Plus member. Now, let's get back to the episode. All right, Prasad, so we're on the charts now. Let's see your strategy in action.
We have set up our Fibonacci already with our values. As you can see, if I draw the Fibonacci, you will see 0.70 and 786 levels. Just you tell me, like, what do you see in the charts? Which the aggressive? Where do you see?
I mean, I see a huge impulse in price right here and right here.
And it is coming. Where do you find the low of this? Where did it start from?
Well, if we're trading this high, I would start right here to right here. But if we're trading this low, I would start from up top this wick to the bottom of this wick.
Correct. So, but as you see, this move, what you see from here, it has started from here. Right? Yeah. This bullish momentum started from here, or maybe you could find from this level, right? I will draw the levels from both the side, and you'll see it will be automatically aligning with it. Okay. First, we'll see this as a daily structure, right? This is a daily structure where you could see a swing low and a swing high.
And we are on gold, by the way.
We are on the gold chart, okay, on the daily time frame, right?
Yeah.
Then we are on the higher time frame right now, just because it is very easy to understand. But with time, we'll go to a smaller time frame. You will see it will work in all the time frames. Okay.
Cool.
So as I see, we have a swing low here on the daily, and this is the high, right? All you have to do is find a toe, which is the low of a market where it started. I have started from here, as you see, and I have been drawing this all the way back up to this, the high. Do you see the pinpoint rejection exactly at 75?
Wow.
Right? And you look at the movement that started from 4,400 to almost 5,000. You got a momentum of almost $600 here, $600 to $700, right? This is what you see on the daily time frame, right? Now, if I go to a smaller time frame to understand where should I buy here, right? Now you could see it if you align this, the same thing with support and resistance, it will also work at the best. Now you can have this as a support and resistance because this was the previous high. You have drawn it. Now you have one more confluence. That, okay, we are reaching 70 fib on the high time frame. If you wait for a candle to close here, whatever, or if you're taking first buy, you are already in the profit. But look at the correction and the movement here. It is so pinpoint.
Really pinpoint.
Really pinpoint, right? So now you can see one more thing right here. If on the daily, if I go, let me remove this. This was the buy, right?
Yeah.
We drew Fibonacci from low to high. Now we'll see the another option for the sell side, right? Okay, let me delete this. Now you have one more high and low here. This was the high, this was the low. Now you're looking for retracement. Where do you think this retracement has been?
0.7 level.
So now if I go to Fibonacci, what do? We start from the top of this high, right? We are drawing all the way back down to the low. Where do we see? This is the low, correct?
Yep.
Now I have entered here. Right? This is your first entry, stop loss is here. Once you get the daily candle closing in your direction, this is the day where you add more and you keep your stop loss above this. Look at this momentum. You have captured almost what from, this is from 4,200 level to you got almost 4,000 level. This is almost a momentum of $200. This is where I made almost $35,000 just by trading the same trade.
Wow.
So that is the reason I add more position only when I have a candle closing in my direction. Okay. Either the 4-hour candle or like if I'm looking at the daily candle, you have to come one time frame below. Confirmation is fine. If I'm trading on 4-hour candles, Fibonacci candles, then 1-hour candle confirmation is fine.
Okay.
Right? So this is how you see pinpoint rejections on 70 and 786. And if you see, like if you go any of the levels, wherever you see the top happening or the low happening, right, you will definitely see it is happening at somewhere around 70 and 786 levels. Wherever you see aggressive buys and aggressive lows, even if I draw this, like, aggressive sells and aggressive buys, go back here, I have drawing from up to down, you see the level exactly 70 fib where you get the rejection. As simple as that. It is all about aggressive sells and aggressive buys. If it goes like this, when it goes into a sideways and it is reaching 70 fib, it will not act as a resistance. For aggressive sell and aggressive buys, it will act very perfectly. The win rate is almost about 70-80%. But if it is moving sideways, you should not use it. For the first tap, if you have, whenever it is coming up or down for the first tap at 70 or 786, it will work the best. That's how it works. Okay. If I go back to the smaller time frame,
it almost seems too easy.
Exactly.
It almost seems too easy.
See, the main difficult thing here is waiting for candle to close.
Yeah.
Right. So that is the reason what I did is to have some patience, what you do is take a 0.5 entry first at 70, take a 0.5 entry at 786 level. Once the candle closes, you take more risk. That's where people go wrong with most of the time, right? Even here, look at this. I'm on the 4-hour time frame, correct?
Yep.
I see a low somewhere here. This is the 4-hour candle's low. It started from here, right? We had a correction and it started from here. Going back here, I'll start with this low and going back up here. Look at this. Do you see any candle closing below 786? It does not. First entry you took at 70. Second was at 786 level. Your stop loss was here, right? Once you get a candle closing in your direction, this is your candle closing in your direction, right? You see a green candle closing in your direction. Now let's suppose, okay, I'll draw it here for the buys, okay? So first buy, I took it at 70. Second buy, I took it at 786. Now you have an average price here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You have your stop loss below the swing low. You're aiming somewhere near the next resistance, whatever you see, wherever you see, correct?
Yep.
Now you have a candle closing in a direction. You flipped your stop loss towards upside. Now your risk is lower, reward is getting higher. So waiting for candle to close in your direction will save you from this wicks. Once the candle is closed in your direction, that will bring more of the probability to your side. As simple as that.
And do you find yourself holding trades for a couple of days using this strategy?
Yeah, that depends on the time frame. If it is a 4-hour or a daily, definitely it will be there for a couple of days. If I'm doing the same on 1 hour or 30 minutes, it will be mostly a day or two.
Day or two.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But if you see, I'll give you one more example. If you see the Bitcoin, right? Look at this. Bitcoin will go back down to the previous bull runs. Okay, like let's suppose if this 2017-18 bull run, right? We had a huge rally towards upside, right? This was a huge rally towards upside. We had a fall, and just look at this. Where did this bull run end? Okay, I'm drawing from top to the bottom of the low. Look at this, exactly 0.70. That's where the bull run finished. And this at this level, because this is a retracement level, that is where the altcoin market start booming.
Yep.
Right, in that way. If I go to weekly chart, right, now this is the low we have, correct? If I draw from here to the top of it, look at this. It is exactly rejecting at 70 and 786 low.
Yeah.
Now, once I get a weekly candle closing here on the Bitcoin, that's when I'm going to start longing it, keeping the stop loss below it.
So this is a signal right now if someone's watching this. Just kidding, not financial advice.
So that's how I usually use whenever I am trading on the Fibonacci levels.
All right, guys, that is a wrap for this episode of Strategies with Prasad. If you do want to learn more from him and his strategy, he live streams New York session every day on his YouTube channel, and there's many videos he has on his regular channel where he explains his strategy more in depth. And if you guys do want to see a part 2 with Prasad, please be sure to comment down below any questions that you have or topics you want to see covered in the next episode. And yeah, thank you for coming on.